Welcome to PreMath. In this video lesson, we have got this blue rectangle inscribed inside the right triangle ABC, as you can see in this diagram, such that this side length AB is 6 units and this side length AC is 8 units. And now we are going to find the maximum area of this blue shaded rectangle. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. So let's go ahead and get started with the solution. And here's our very first step. Let's suppose that this side of this blue rectangle be X and this side is going to be Y. And now let's go ahead and calculate the area of this blue rectangle. And here's the area of a rectangle formula. Area equals to length times width. So therefore, the area of this blue rectangle is going to be, our length times width is going to be simply X times Y. Now let me go ahead and call this equation as equation number 1. And here's our next step. Let's focus on this big triangle ABC, and we want to calculate this side length BC. And we know that this is a right triangle, so therefore we are going to use Pythagorean theorem. And here's our Pythagorean theorem: a square plus b square equal to c square. And here our longest leg is going to be side C, and the other sides are 6 and 8. So let's go ahead and apply the formula. So this is going to be 6 square plus 8 square equals to BC square. So therefore our BC square is going to be equal to 36 plus 64 is going to give us 100. Let's go ahead and undo this square by taking the square root on both sides. This square and square root is gone. So BC value turns out to be positive 10, and we are going to pick the positive value because we are dealing with the side length. So thus this side length BC turns out to be 10 units. And by the way, instead of using the Pythagorean theorem, we could have used this Pythagorean triplets. We could have used these triplets 3, 4, 5. If we multiply all these numbers by 2, so 3 times 2 is 6, comma 4 times 2 is 8, and 5 times 2 is 10, and that's what we have: 6, 8, and 10. And here's our next step. Now we conclude that this big triangle ABC and this smaller triangle DPC are similar triangles according to angle similarity property, because this angle is 90 degrees and this angle is 90 degrees as well, and they share this same angle C. And now before we proceed any further, let me go ahead and call this side CD as length Z. And we know that this whole length AC is 8 units. So therefore this side length AD is going to be 8 minus Z. And then we can see that we are going to have proportion. That means we are going to equate these ratios. We are going to write down Z divided by X equal to this 10 divided by this 6. Let me go ahead and write down this one. So I'm going to write down Z divided by X equals to 10 divided by 6. Now let's go ahead and multiply both sides by X to isolate Z. So this X and X cancels out. So that means Z turns out to be equal to 5X over 3. Now let me go ahead and call this as equation number 2. And here's our next step. We can also see that this big triangle ABC is also similar to this other triangle DAE according to angle similarity property, because they share this 90-degree angle, and moreover this angle and this angle, they are corresponding angles, and we can see that they are congruent as well. Therefore, we are going to have proportion. That means we are going to equate these ratios. I can write this one y over 8 minus z equal to 10 divided by 8. And now on the right hand side, 10 over 8 could be reduced to 5 over 4. Let's go ahead and isolate y by just multiplying by 8 minus z on this side and 8 minus z on this side as well. This is gone. Let's go ahead and distribute this one. So y could be written as 5 over 4 times 8 is going to give us 10 minus 5z over 4. Let me go ahead and call this equation as equation number 3. And here I have put down this equation 3, y equals to 10 minus 5z over 4. And now let's go ahead and substitute z equal to 5x over 3 from this equation 2 in this equation 3. So wherever we see z, I'm going to replace it by 5x divided by 3. So therefore, our equation 3 is simply going to become y equals to 10 minus 5 divided by 4 times 5x divided by 3. So let's simplify this thing. So y is going to be equal to 10 minus 25x divided by 12. And let me go ahead and call this equation 4. And here's our next step. Let's focus on this, our equation 1 right up here. And here I have copied it down. Let's go ahead and replace this y by this quantity in equation 4. So therefore, this area is going to be equal to x times, I am going to replace this right hand side, 10 minus 25 x divided by 12. And now let's go ahead and distribute this one. So area is going to be 10x minus 25. X times x is going to become x squared divided by 12. Now let me go ahead and call this equation as equation number 5. And here I have put down this equation 5, as you can see. And now since we want to maximize the area of this blue rectangle, so therefore we are going to take the derivative on both sides of this equation 5. And just keep in your mind the derivative of a constant a is going to be 0. The derivative of x is going to be 1. And the derivative of x squared is going to be simply 2x. So let's go ahead and take the derivative. On the left hand side is going to be 0 equals to 10 times 1 minus 25 divided by 12 times 2x. And now let's move this negative 25 divided by 6x on the left hand side. So we are going to have a 25x divided by 6 equals to 10. Now let's go ahead and isolate x by multiplying by its reciprocal, 6 over 25 on this side and 6 divided by 25 on this side. So therefore, if we simplify on the right hand side, our x value simply turns out to be 12 divided by 5, and this is our x value. And now we can see that our x value turns out to be 12 over 5. And now let's go ahead and calculate the y value. Now let's go ahead and substitute this x value, which is 12 over 5, in this equation 4. And here's our equation 4. Let's go ahead and replace x by 12 over 5. So y equals to 10 minus 25 over 12, and let's go ahead and replace x by 12 divided by 5. So that means y value turns out to be simply 5. And here's our final step. We are going to calculate the maximum area of this blue rectangle. For that reason, we are going to replace these x and y values in this equation 1. And here I have copied down area equals to x times y, equation 1. Let's go ahead and replace x and y values over here. So area equal to x in our case is 12 divided by 5 times 5. And here this 5 and 5 is gone. So our area turns out to be 12 square units. So thus the maximum area of this blue rectangle turns out to be 12 square units, and that's our final answer. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.